All right, so this is not what you're doing specifically. The other one has everything, uh, you know, preloaded for you. My grid's back on. All right, so basic AutoCAD stuff. Um, all right, so review. I'm looking at this thing. I got doors, right? And then I got walls. Uh, and you know, I it's gonna be different dimensions, right? But here we go. So, and then we're gonna go back to some old scale. So I'm gonna do walls, doors, and put some windows in, uh, and windows, right? So if I want to do layers, I add a new layer. Let me go walls. I'm gonna make them red. I'm gonna do another layer. Windows. I'll make this one green. I'll do a real green. Um, do another one. Uh, doors. I'll make this one brown. And then I'll do another one just to mix with to show you how to do dotted lines. Let's do closet. Closet rods. Rods in the closet. Let's go make them purple. Okay. Now let's make the line. We're gonna have to load a line, and we'll do dashed whatever, and then we got to click the line and hit OK. I double check dashed. Okay. All right. Now we can close this layers thing. Now I got layers. Now when I draw, it doesn't like all's not lost, right? If you don't do it from the beginning. What I mean is, look. So if I did a zero line, I'm gonna do my snaps on. It's gonna be 11 and oh yeah. So also we're doing these architectural drawings. You're gonna go units. Um, that's fine. Architectural. Do inches, units for specifying intensity of lighting. Ooh, American. I don't know if that's right or not. This looks good. All right, then we go to our dim style, and then we modify, and we want that's okay. Text. If we want to change it later, we can. Fit. Primary units, unit format, architectural. Precision, angular, 60 degrees. The alternative units, tolerances. All right. So close. So the other thing, I'll get into it later, but ready. So what I was saying, we're on the wrong layer. I'm going to do a rectangle. Rect. This is always the second, the 2-point rectangle. I'm going to draw it here. So if I do 11, one thing, one what's that called? 11, quotation, one quotation mark. All right. So now the difference between, I'll do it again. The difference between one quotation and two quotations, right, is one is feet, two is inches, but you don't have to do it if inches is always the second. So you do have to specify it like we said it, so it's gonna, you know, pre-do it to, so like this is 3 feet, whatever, right? So now if I want 11 1 dash 6, right? And then I tab and I can get the next one, which is going to be 27 uh, dash 1 uh, quotation mark and then a 9. I don't have to put the double after it. It defaults like standard. All right. So that's just a little something about the quotations and stuff like that. All right. So one time for real, rect. See how it's not working? I got to specify 11 dash 6. And then 27 9. Uh, so oops. What I really wanted to do is I got to read this thing better. Um, so same thing. Nope, 11 6. And then I'm going to make it, the whole one is 33 dash 9. All right. So now, there's different ways to do stuff, but we could do, now I need to go from this 11.6, 11 and 6, 11 and a half. Then want to go up. Oof, what's that? 26 3. I know. 13 3. All right, so I want to go tall 13 3. Good. And then I want to go over um so 5 22 Oof. Oh, come on. Where's my redo? All right, so same thing, rectangle, up, 26.3, and then over 21.11, enter. Then I'm going to trim that. All right, so right, like I said before, then I'm going to explode these so I can work with them individually. And then, like I said, green, right? Oops, I exploded, so I have to get the whole thing. All right, now I got it all on walls, right? All right, then big on the offset command. Where are we at? This is weird. 11, 11.3, 11.3 is, all right, then I'm going to dimension it out, make sure I'm right. All right. So if those things aren't right, dim, style, um, modify. See how they're getting bigger? You keep messing with the dim style. All right, so let's just go over some stuff. Offset. Let's say these walls are going to be what in the world? How is the whole 11.26, 26 minus 510 is. All right, let's say they're 4-inch walls, right? So, but I gotta set let's do 4. All right, we're gonna do 8-inch. So I'm gonna delete that one. Escape. Select. All right, so then I'm just gonna do that for all those things, right? Space, uh, uh, through, 8. Forgot to hit enter. Hitting tab instead of enter. All right, as I'm doing this, like I'm going around and making my walls. How is that even possible? All right, so then I have all my walls set up. I could trim these other spots if I wanted, like depending. Like I'll show you how to get the other ones in a second. All right, so you probably want to, uh, you know, extend if you need to. Good, good. And then depending on what properties they give you, you're going to go back. And I'll show you how to trim in a second. All right, so then you got this stuff, right? Now, say a bedroom, you got to be careful where the lines are pointing. If it's exterior to there, it's going to give you a different thing than interior to the other one. So on this diagram, I'm looking at it's interior walls, but that's not always the same. And then you just run another offset, and then you just put the. So if this room was 11 by 3, I grab, depending on what it's pointing at. This one's pointing at interior. I grab an interior, right? And then this one happens to be interior to interior. If it was interior to exterior, it could be different for different ones. But then if I I got to put my 8 back on because I need to give it a wall, and the walls are going to be standard throughout the whole thing, right? The same thing goes for this part right here. I'd have to, when I exploded I could have did it either way, right? I could have drew this and then erased after, but I modified a little bit early. All right, so then we have like 2 parts of our rooms, right? Now for this one, they have uh what do they got? Let's look. All right, so this wall. All right, so now this is interior to interior as well. So, and then this next room is 14. So interior. See, I did 14, but I needed one after it, and then they go interior to interior. All right, so we got this 14 room, and then we're still using our 8 walls. And since it's interior to interior, when we do our 8 offset, we go down with it. All right. So these would be now these like when I do my trim stuff, these aren't here. Um, I could also I'm gonna have to do this later for the hatching. I'm gonna go in, do all this hatching stuff. Um, obviously zoom in. Don't I'm trying to just do it quick for see you're gonna get extra lines. Cut out, always put the space back on. Move around. All right. Um so if we had this stuff, right, then I just keep looking at the floor pan for the floor plan. Now in this house, they'll give you it once. And if they only give you it once, that means every door is the same thing, right? So they got a door right here. It's never going to be on the external wall. It's going to be on the internal wall. And all the doors are 4 feet. So I'm going to grab this thing, offset it 4 feet, extend, and then trim away and make my door, right? So, um, you know, 4 to, I grab an interior wall, I offset it by 4, and now I'm going to use my extend, and I'm going to extend it, both of them, and then I go back to trim, and I would cut out this one, and get back. All right, so now see how you have a door, right? And if they give you a door that's 4 feet, that means all the doors in the house are 4 feet. So unless they give you a different size later. So then we got, it looks like we got let me do a offset, keep the same offset. It's always going to be from this wall. Let me do a couple of them. So that's going to be a door right here. Um, this also is going to be a door on the other side. And then it looks like all right. So and I go back to my extend. This is an exterior wall. So is that. I'm going to do this one. No, I'll just do them all real quick. All right. So now you're with these lines that you're cutting and getting rid of, just make sure you do them fast. I'm going to have to re-dimension that. I could have put my dimensions on a different layer. And then I'll actually have to extend. Now for the outside to the inside, they seem to keep this little line there, but when it's just inside doors, they delete it. I don't know if that's standard. Like if you work for a place, they're gonna have all these rules that are like the standardization stuff. So just you got to read some documentation, but whatever for us. All right, now we got walls, right? Um, That's the outside, and now we have our doorways cut in. There's a couple more in this thing, but I don't want to go on too long. So the big thing is I made my layers, I changed my stuff. Think about where you are. See how isn't really good, right? It's like I can't see what it's saying. It's not ideal. I'm gonna have to go to dim style, right? I'm gonna have to modify. I changed this stuff to architecture, but then I also got to keep increasing the size of my, and then see he's getting better, 37. All right, so this is the outside. I'm gonna do more stuff later.